Okay, I want to use this break to give you a few more details about this whole adventure here, which came up to my mind like last year. And yeah, want to do this adventure in a country which I know. I'm from Germany, and therefore I know the people, I know the circumstances here, the rights you have. I know where I can get certain food and whatever. So therefore, first adventure, which doesn't mean that there will be another one, but maybe. The whole journey is just about, I mean, there are several aspects. I think one is definitely the mindfulness thing, just taking your time, de-accelerating, and the slowest way to travel is by walking with your feet. I discovered the whole hiking thing when I went to Switzerland. I climbed almost every mountain there, and I figured that my body is really doing well with that. Yeah, no bigger restrictions regarding my body. Everything is functioning pretty well. And yeah, now I was thinking about walking through Germany. The route is from, as I mentioned, from the most southern point of Germany to the most northeastern point of Germany. I think that's the most beautiful tour, how you can cross Germany, which is really from the southern part through the east, because there is still a lot of nature. The west is pretty public, a lot of people there, really populated, big cities and so on and so far. And yeah, you will see what I mean when you stay till the end. Therefore, I mean, there are parts of Germany I haven't visited yet. Of course, I haven't seen everything here. I grew up in the eastern part, more in the north of Berlin. Of course, I saw the Baltic Sea already, and one thing why I want to walk to the Baltic Sea is because the last time I was there is about 12 years ago. Back then, in the days when I was younger, me and my family, we have been up there a lot. And now 12 years not having been there, it somehow calls me back. And I thought, why not? You know, there are people which are crossing. I mean, most people I've seen are crossing Germany from north to south. But from the really northern point, that was not, you know, I don't have the ambition to, first of all, there are lots of people who did it already, and my ambition is not to break records or something. I take my time, you know, you have the clocks, I have the time, and yeah, I just want to see the beauty, or to show the beauty of Germany. Go a different route. That has been something which is accompanying me throughout my whole life, that I take different routes. That I'm not going with the majority, that I do my own thing. I'm glad with that. I am like that. You have to accept it. I have to accept it. But yeah, probably, you know, as you get older, don't know how long you stay healthy, how long the body will carry you. And yeah, I just don't want it to waste too much time on the decision, you know. I just think that's the right time. Now I'm still in shape, kind of in shape. I've been vegan for about 9 years. Actually, when I finish this whole thing, I will be 9 years vegan. I plan to, of course, the whole tour will be a vegan journey as well. I try to eat as much from nature as I can. And let's see where the journey is taking us. The route is kind of roughly planned. I have some checkpoints on the route, but between those we will be pretty free in our decisions. Of course, we have to also to adjust. You know, survival of the fitting is also a little survival thing. It will take me like 30, 35. I hope I can make it in 35. If it will be 40, then I'm also okay. But I mean, we got some time, as I said, but still I don't want to make it too long. And yeah, I will take some time for rest days. But anyway, what did I want to say? If you walk such a distance, you're always outside. You are dependent on everything which is happening, on every moment which you encounter, on the good luck with wild animals like wolves, bears. I mean, we left the bear danger zone already. There was just the day 0 where there was some bear danger, but now I think we will only have to deal with wild boars, wolves, and of course some psychopath. But yeah, what I wanted to say, if you are able to walk such a distance, always outside, dependent on the help of others, dependent on circumstances around you, I think that will definitely give you another view on certain kind of things. And I'm really excited what kind of thoughts I will have, because I'm just with me. Maybe every now and then some friends of mine will accompany me, but it's still standing in the stars. Anyway, this whole trip is planned alone, and I'm excited. Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really hyped. What we are going to encounter on our way, the people we will meet. I hope I can somehow transport the whole nature aspect, but also the helpfulness and friendliness of the people. And yeah, let's just enjoy together. Even now, it still feels like the right decision. I'm excited. You know, the first 3 to 7 days will be the deciding one. If I can make it. So far, I'm pretty glad with the weight. It feels a bit too heavy, but so far I can cope pretty well with it. Then the weather, of course, will make a thing. And then, yeah, how the legs will cope with that. Because I was, the longest hike I was doing was a 2-day hike. So, yeah, definitely that's why I'm saying 3rd day will be exciting, and then the 7th day. I think if I can make it 7 days, then the other days are no problem at all. But yeah, first we have to get there. But we take it as it is. We take our time. I don't want to go. Of course, I want to somehow find my limit, but still, if body is saying no, then I will just chill a day, and then I go the next day. So that's so pretty cool. I feel so free. And it's actually pretty hard to get free. That will be, as you know, my videos, we will talk about certain topics as well. I try to make it not all too long, but yeah, the freedom thing is definitely one thing we will talk about. But now, let's make it short. What are we gonna do during a day? Of course, the whole hiking thing, probably some mindfulness sessions as well. And I asked my friends and family to give me some challenges, some day challenges every day. Now that I'm mentioning it, I will just put out the first one. I don't know what is expecting me. It is anonymous. They just wrote something down. I'm really excited. I got some day challenges to manage. Yeah. So we will always have some content here. Oh yeah, and also since we are walking through the eastern part of Germany, you probably know about the history of Germany, Eastern, Western Germany, and so on and so far. Hopefully, can also transport some of the history, of this beautiful country. 2 more things I would like to add here. Because of my job and because of this YouTube channel, I spend a lot of time sitting in front of a display. That's why I saw this project as a nice contrast, giving my body some relaxation from those daily tasks, but also more movement and exercise. And then the last thing, we all got a death sentence already the day we were born. But no one knows when the date will come. Therefore, some things we shouldn't let wait all too long. And we should enjoy life as long as we have the time, fitness, health, etc. So therefore, not wasting too much time, just doing the things you feel a passion for. Starting from the bottom, we can see the footwear I was wearing during the Germany tour. There is left a comfy pair of Nike running shoes. Then we have in the middle a pair of Wildling barefoot shoes. And on the right side we can see some self-made sandals, which are made of used denim from jeans. Then a layer of cork and a layer of used rubber from old bicycle tires. And so sandals should imitate the Kjyrkja sandals from a Mexican tribe. Anyway, usually I prefer walking barefoot shoes. I'm switching all my footwear currently more and more towards barefoot shoes so that I free my feet and that I get the most natural experience with my feet I can get. Therefore, my preferred choice are the barefoot shoes, but since we are walking long distances and carrying heavy weight, I also took a pair of comfy running shoes. Because that's usually the way I'm hiking. Not with big, fat, rigid hiking shoes or hiking boots, but with more flexible, medium-sized running shoes or with barefoot shoes. And I never got a problem. I really like the Wildling barefoot shoes because they are mostly made out of natural materials. Only the foot sole is a mixture of synthetic rubber and natural and recycled rubber. Apart from that, no plastic. And they're pretty robust. The sandals are on the one hand my solution for really hot weather, so that my feet get some air, and on the other hand for rainy weather, because as you can see there's less material on the sandals, therefore easier to dry in case they're getting wet. Okay, footwear is covered. Then we see on the right side, above the shoes, we can see 2 towels. I was thinking using one for kind of getting rid of moisture and so on my gear in case it's raining, and the other one just for drying yourself after a shower or something. You never know when you reach a river or a sea, and if it's really at night and it's 10 degrees, I don't want to stand there and wait until I'm dry, so therefore for sure taking at least one towel. So next to the towels we see 2 pair of socks. The other pair of socks I'm wearing already. We got, I think it was 2 100% cotton socks and 1 pair of 100% plastic, I think. Then next to it we have 2 boxer shorts on the left side, also 3 pair. 1 pair I'm wearing and 2 pairs are laying there, all made of 100% cotton. So I decided to go for 1 tight boxer shorts and then 2 loose boxer shorts. Going with the loose one was a really nice decision because you also get a lot of ventilation down there and therefore less friction and less skin irritation. So definitely good choice in the end. Okay, then on the right hand side of the boxer shorts we can see all my pants. There is the blue one, that's just a short pants made of plastic. This one is like, I don't know, 15, at least 15 years old, and it's still okay. It's crazy. And there on the right there's one leggings which fulfills 2 use cases. One is of course warms in case of colder days, and then also if the sun might be too hot or too powerful, I could use it as a sun protection for my legs. That was the thinking behind that. So on top of the leggings we can see the Gamsbokk mountain high pants, which is my preferred hiking pants actually, because it's modular, so I can take off the lower part, then just can use it as a short pants. But anyway, if it's too cold or on colder days, I can attach the lower parts again, and then you have some protection for colder days. This one is made 50-50 out of polyester and cotton. So next to the pants we can see a red-blue sweater, which doesn't have a hood. It's just it's just a sweater with long sleeves, just to protect me against the sun rays and also to give some warmth on colder days. Left of the sweater there are 2 more thinner long sleeves, one made of 50-50 polyester and cotton, the Nike one, the black one, which also got a hood. That's my preferred walking sweater. Actually I would prefer more natural materials, but I couldn't really find a long sleeve which is suiting my expectations. Apart from the wet one, which is 100% cotton, I would have preferred like hemp or even nettle, but there is unfortunately nothing I could find online. Maybe just a little side note why I took mostly 3 pairs of everything. Usually 1 pair you're wearing currently while walking, then you have 1 pair which is still wet from washing or from the rain, and then you have still 1 emergency pair in case you lose something or in case the other 2 pairs are still wet from weather conditions, from washing, whatever. So therefore I think it was a good decision to take 3 pair of everything. So now we get to the last layer, which is the jacket on the right side. That's my Gamsbokk Bushcrafter, which is not 100%, they state that it's 100% made out of cotton, but there are parts which are strengthened with polyester. So therefore it's not 100% cotton, unfortunately. But one interesting fact about this jacket is that it's also waterproof because it's using the Etaproof cotton, so it's to a certain amount waterproof. Left to the jacket there is my tube scarf, which is also pretty helpful. You can use it as a scarf, you can use it as a blindfold, you can use it as a hat to keep your ears warm. Then the last piece of clothing is my hat, which is really important because if you walk for like 10, 15, 16 hours a day and you have the sun on your head all the time, that might be a danger. And also it's not good if your skin gets so much sun rays because of skin cancer and so on and so forth. So therefore, to protect my face, my head from the sun rays, which in a certain amount I think it's healthy, but if you walk more than 1 or 2 hours just in a bright sun, it might get dangerous. So therefore hat is no discussion. Now we come to the sleep setup and some technical gear. We start at the bottom again. On the left side we see the air inflatable mattress from Rocktrail, nothing specific, just to protect myself from the cold off the ground and to have it a bit comfy. Right next to the mattress there is my, Carinthia. It's not the Defense 4, it's the Tropical, I think. The Tropical, I will give you some stats here. The sleeping bag is 100% made out of polyester, unfortunately. I also got an Inlay, which is made out of 100% cotton. So in case, you go dirty in the sleeping bag, you first go into the Inlay and you just need to wash the inlay and not the whole sleeping bag. It also gets you 1, 2, 3 degrees more comfort temperature in there. Also, if it's really warm outside during the night, then already the inlay is totally enough to give you warmth through the night. So on top of the sleeping bag, we can see a dark green bag and a gray bag. That's the Tatonka Kjyrkja tent. It's a one-man tent, 100% made out of plastic, unfortunately. But I don't know about any tent. Of course, there are something like yurts where you have cotton with wax or linseed oil. But it's really hard to get a tent out of natural materials, which also not has that much weight. Anyway, so in the gray bag there's the tent, and in the green bag there's the tent pegs and 2 poles which you fit in to the tent so that it's more stable. There's also a light green bag next to the sleeping bag, which is containing a large scale poncho tarp, so you can use it as a poncho in case it's raining, so that you and your stuff is not getting wet. But you can also use it as a tarp for weather protection, so that you are more protected from rain and heavy winds. So that was the thinking behind that, to have also a multi-use here. On the right hand side, we can see already a little bit of the technical equipment I was carrying with me. So at the bottom there is a wild camera with a night mode included. Every now and then, if I set up my tent and I have something around where I can attach this camera, I will do that and see if something is happening at night. No spoiler here. And the last piece is my solar panel, 21 watts, to charge all my equipment from the company Storm. And here we can see all the rest of my technical stuff. We start at the bottom on the left hand side. There is my headlamp. It's a Phoenix headlamp with 4 different light intensities. And then you have 2 modes, of course the white light, and then you have a red light mode. Steady red light and a pulsing red light in case of an emergency. Then right next to it, there is my charging cable just for power banks and smartphone. Then we can see the DJI Neo with a remote control, 3 battery packs, and a smartphone which in combination with the remote control is able to display the footage you can see. And also, in case of my actual smartphone is getting damaged or whatever, I have an emergency phone. So there was also a little multi-use back in mind. On top of the drone, we can see a GoPro 10, the main camera with which I was filming, recording the whole adventure. We got 5 battery packs. Then left of it, I think there is, there's the water case in case I'm filming underwater. And there also, because it's waterproof, I was keeping all my SD cards, the memory where I saved all the footage. On the left side of the SD card, there's a case where I stored all the battery patches and all the technical equipment, the smaller ones. There are also 2 power banks, which got each 10,000 milliampere hours, and I think some more equipment for the GoPro, and that's pretty much it. Now we have a little tool time. So all my tools I was carrying with me, starting again at the bottom on the left hand side. There's the buzzard from Hydro Knives, just a knife to kind of protect myself, but also to use it to cut something or to scarf something. Then right next to it, there's the Joker Puko for scarving, for woodwork. Then right next to it, we have the Leatherman Surge, which is a multi-tool, which is giving you lots of options. Also a knife and a little saw. Yeah, pretty useful in all kind of situations. Then we have a lighter, just in case we want to make a secure fire. Then down below, there is some rope made of hemp to attach something or to build something with. Then we can see a little manual drill, which I could use to make holes into wood, also to craft something. Then down below we have a black hip bag, which I can attach to a belt. And there I would store all my really essential stuff where I need instant access to. Then the sewing kit, we can see there's needle and thread. Then we have a file to sharpen the knives. Next to the files there's a pencil where there is some adhesive tape attached, so you can write something and also can use the adhesive tape to fix, for example, the tent if there is a hole in the tent or whatever. The black thing next to the pen, actually, I have no idea what that is. Oh, that might be some sandpaper maybe, but I'm not sure. Yep, and at the bottom on the right hand side there's a small notebook in case I want to write down something. So on top of the notebook, there are those 2 bags. The one I always carry on my arm in case wild herb or wild fruit is crossing my way, so that I can directly collect it. If I'm not eating it directly, then I collect it in the bag and eat it later on. Then under those 2 bags, you can see 2 old nut bags. So there used to be nuts in, but they have those lash on the top, which you can close, and therefore it's for a certain amount of time pretty waterproof, and therefore I was carrying there all the stuff which shouldn't get wet. Now we come to the top layer. On the left hand side we can see the Go, which is a portable solar oven. Yep, you will see it in action, you will maybe see it in action during the journey. It's actually a pretty cool alternative or addition to gas or wooden ovens. On the right side of the Go, there is my pot with the lid. So this I could use as a bowl for my porridge, or in case I make a wooden fire, I can use it as a pot to cook myself a big hot meal. And then the last piece is the already mentioned life straw, which is just there as an emergency solution in case I'm running out of water and I need to get some water out of a river or a swamp or a sea, so that I don't need to drink it directly, but I can put it through the life straw and therefore consume it more or less safely. Of course, it's not filtering those permanent chemicals, the PFAS, or like really nanoplastics, but it's still filtering the most stuff out of the water. Okay, now we come to the hygiene section. Starting from the left hand side, we see one towel. I think we saw that already in the first section. So there's my towel to clean myself or to dry myself after showering or after taking a bath. Then we have at the bottom the brown bag there, which is containing all my hygiene stuff. Then if we go one item further, there's some toilet paper, just an emergency. I think it's enough for like 2 or 3 times making big business. You never know when it's really urgent and you have no toilet, you are glad to have some toilet paper. Just saying. Speaking out of experience. Then on top of the toilet paper, we have certain kind of stuff my mother gave me. So yeah, you have some antibacterial towels, you have some horse liniment, some cold gel, and all kind of stuff, disinfection stuff. Then going left, we can see some tweezers and a razor blade. The tweezers for removing all kind of splinters or ticks, and the razor blade just in case I want to give it an end earlier than expected. Just kidding, just a bad joke. No, the razor blade in case I want to shave myself. Really minimalistic. Then on top of those 2 items, we can see a nice alternative to a cotton swab. So usually you have those swabs which you use once to clean your ears and then you throw it away. But this one is a permanent thing. You just go inside, get out all the stuff, and then you can use it again and again. It's made out of stainless steel. So on top of the metal swab there's some dental floss made of 100% natural stuff. Then next to it we have some dry toothpaste in form of pills and my toothbrush, of course. On the left hand side of the toothbrush we can find a transparent container which is containing coconut oil. There was mostly the thinking of dry lips. Underneath this container there's a transparent blue container which is containing my soap in case I'm gonna wash myself. And then on the left side there's also a file for my nails. The last 2 pieces on top, on the left side, there is sun perfume. It's just a testing bottle. I was just thinking, okay, just having some perfume in case I really can't stand my smell myself. I don't want to bear it to others. Therefore, in case I just take some perfume with me. And the last item of the section is my self-made disinfectant, made out of a mixture of 50% natural deodorant and 50% rubbing alcohol or Franzbrännwein. So it's not only useful as disinfectant, but it's also stimulating the blood flow and helping with pain in muscles and joints, as well as with strains, bruises or fractures. So this is for sure a really helpful item for hikers. Okay, we're almost done. Now the kind of emergency section. At the bottom on the left hand side we see some handkerchiefs, just in case you really urgently need to jerk off. No, just joking. You can use it also in case you're making big business, as an emergency solution. But also when you get a stuck nose or whatever, you want to clean something, you get nose bleeding or something. This is always good to have some handkerchiefs. Then right next to it we got some cold tablets in case I eat something wrong, I have stomach problems, or I kind of poisoning myself with something. Those cold tablets are pretty helpful. Then you can't see it that good. The round thing there inside there's my sunglass in case the sun is really getting too strong, because usually I use my natural sunglass like this. Underneath my sunglass there is my bear bell, which you might need when you're hiking through really untouched nature. Because if there's nothing, no civilization, nothing, there might be wild animals like boars, like wolves, like bears. And if you encounter them and you surprise them, it might come to bad situations. And to avoid that, preventively, you can use the bear bell so that the animals are already aware that there's something coming. Right next to the bell there are my 3 pepper sprays, also just in case a wild animal is attacking me, I'm able to defend myself. Then on top of the pepper sprays we can find an emergency kit with all kind of sticking plasters and bandages. Then next to it again a roll of sticking plasters. Then next to it we can see a part of a sock, the upper part of a usual sports sock, which I just removed from a sock with lots of holes in it. I just took the upper part, and this one I can use really good as a bandage to fix something. Next to the sock bandage there is a tourniquet, which is really important in case you really hurt yourself, you really cut yourself really deeply, so that you don't run out of blood. So really essential. And last but not least, my Tasmanian Tiger Raid Pack 2. That's the backpack which I'm using to carry all of the stuff, which has an adjustable belt, a carrying system which you can really adjust to your specific needs. So really flexible, really adjustable, robust as well. Unfortunately 100% plastic, and still not a lightweight actually. But if you want to have something out of natural materials, you must at least calculate with twice the weight. Yeah, that was my go-to backpack, with which I also trained to prepare for the Germany tour. Hey, thanks for watching. You will find a part of the gear list in the description below. In future there will be also a conclusion video about all the gear I was carrying with me, so subscribe if you don't want to miss that.